Alright, if you watch my brother's channel, which was called Demolition Arizona, but is, called, Blackjack. Sorry, I got a bit of a case of the snuffles. But, you would know that I was a former fan of, Onision, aka Gregory Jackson.
He's got like a bunch of other channels where it's React, Uh-Oh Bro, Speaks, Archives, basically anything you can do to keep his YouTube channels alive, active, and getting the AdSense for revenue.
Basically, what this, guy does is he likes to start fights with people, or, start drama over the dumbest reasons. He kept on, calling out Shane Dawson over pedophilia allegations, which weren't true.
Yeah, they were more like straw man and hearsay, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you were being slandered for pedophilia, hearsay, and shit that you were not guilty of.
It's basically as bad as being accused of being a racist or a rapist. And here's the thing: is people have been trying to get Greg in trouble legally for years, and
For pretty much everything under the sun, basically. People have been trying to get him in trouble for copyright. People have been trying to get him in trouble with his personal life. People have been trying to get him in trouble for rating underage girls. And people have been trying to get... And recently, I'm going to let you do this.
yeah,
People have been trying to get him in trouble and encouraging Shane Dawson to pursue legal action for libel from Onision. And Onision's guilty of this with Social Repose, Repsion, Jacqueline Glenn, and a bunch of other people, but he's mostly guilty of this in recent history with Shane Dawson by calling him a sexual pedophile, an abuser, libel, lies.
pretty much. And for once, the Onision's haters have finally succeeded.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and say this right now. And here's the context to this. Because Greg is broke.
Yeah.
Let's
Broke as hell.
because he's demonetized a lot because he keeps on talking about controversial things that YouTube can't actually support him on. So he doesn't actually make a good amount of money on the things he talks about. So yeah. So he finally actually sells his cars and sells his house, and now he lives in another house, which happens to have an open backyard.
Which is always a nice thing.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I actually kind of fantasized of having an open backyard.
It's nice. It's not hard. It's really, I mean, doing cool things in your open backyard is nice.
Let's go ahead and say that. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, it does. I mean, someday I wouldn't mind building a cabin out in the woods, legally, of course, because I don't want to get in trouble with what Greg is doing.
Yeah, spoilers!
So I want to be able to clear a plot of land somewhere in the mountains, in the wilderness, and be able to start my own, things, right?
Right.
But I also don't want to get in trouble with it for legal reasons, because the last thing I want to do is just really start screwing myself,
Yeah. So, let me go ahead and give you the download of of what happened to Greg. He managed to Jake Paul it with his neighbors within a short amount of time. And if you kind of don't know what I'm talking about, he managed to, the guy really is, considering the guy actually is anti-weed, because it's illegal in whatever state you actually smoke it in. This guy actually managed to start a bonfire during a burn ban in his own backyard and set his neighbors off on it because it was illegal at the time.
Yeah, so apparently Greg is, a holier than thou sort of thing when it comes to laws. Like, if it's against the law, you are possibly the most disgusting human being ever.
But when he does it, when
he does it, it's supposed to help him get money.
when he does it, it's okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about with him.
Funny enough, he didn't even burn wood; he burned cardboard too.
Which is a super, super bad thing to do. It's good for fire starters and tinders when you're in like a survival situation and it's all you got. But to be honest with you, if you're just going to be burning cardboard, just don't burn it all.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that like a biohazard?
It is.
Yeah.
It actually is. How they make cardboard is like through hazmat sort of ways, the construction of it. It's paper, yes, but they also do a bunch of other stuff to it to make it last longer so it wouldn't be so weathered. And that's usually by chemicals. When you start burning cardboard entirely and nothing but it, you're kind of, CO2 emissions are going to be more. And he's a liberal and he's for the wilderness environment. I'm a vegan. I care more about the environment than the hunters killing the rabbits or shit like that.
Let me go ahead and say this. He's a fucking idiot.
He's got to be one of the biggest retards around. And not because we dislike him intensely, but mostly because
he's an actual idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, this guy, comes up. He doesn't take the blame for anything.
He likes blaming other people for everything.
Yeah.
Like something bad happens to him, he likes to displace the blame elsewhere rather than to accept responsibility.
Yeah, and it's another thing. It's like, I heard this phrase. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Everything horrible happens. I don't have any friends. It's like all this crappy stuff happens to me. And it's like, Greg...
It's probably got more to do with how much you're a dick.
Greg, it's probably you, okay? It's probably you at this point. Maybe you should actually do some self-reflection.
Which may be the most important thing for him to do, but we know he's not going to do that.
No, because he's too,
perfect. He's too perfect.
Yeah.
Or so he says.
There's a phrase I heard where if everywhere you go smells like shit, maybe you're the one standing in it.
That's awesome. That's the best way of looking at it.
Yeah, so maybe that Greg is the one that needs to get that shower, but he won't. Because he doesn't smell it. He's used to it.
Yeah.
And frankly, so is his spouse. It's like, some of his clickbaity videos are the weirdest ones around.
Yeah.
But, I'm digressing here. I'm gonna talk about his legal issues now. Because, good God, this is juicy. Apparently, Greg, because he has an open backyard and he thinks because that's his property, he can get away with whatever he wants, even though that's technically, Washington State land.
Yeah.
You need a permit, and, you need to go through a lot of legal hoops and ladders, to actually, do the things that he did. So, you know what he did? There's actual video evidence of him, sawing down a tree and, cutting up blackberry bushes and whatnot. I don't know why he would do that, but, he also did, something else, which, outside of video footage and photographic evidence, he actually did a lot more than people actually took for estimated granted. And, what's funny is that the lake that was behind his house actually was really pretty. I don't know why he would want to mess it up. Maybe because he's a psycho. I mean, I remember reading a comment from someone that was a psychologist saying, I hear that he might be a narcissist. I don't think he's a narcissist. I think he's a psychopath. So, apparently, he took a bulldozer and, he just leveled the whole place. He destroyed the ground, he destroyed the trees, and when he was done with the trees, he just tossed them into the water like they were garbage.
That's, on all levels, wrong.
Yeah, not only that, but there's like fish and shit in there,
That's not going to be doing any good for the fish, too. They need path to swim in. They don't mind it if there's a couple of twigs in there because, it's twigs, but when you start tossing trees in there, then you're a dick.
Yeah, I know. And it's not even like a few trees. It's like a bunch of trees.
Yeah. And above all else, for other fishermen who may frequent there that Greg doesn't know about, he's also making it difficult for them to be conservative and to conserve the wildlife that way.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, what was he doing this for?
Because he's a fucking idiot.
For someone that claims to care about animals because he's, quote, a vegetarian or a vegan.
We know he doesn't care about the animals.
He doesn't. I mean, God. So, yeah, he got into some legal issues with the state of Washington because of that.
Finally.
About fucking time.
It's so nice to finally see him get his comeuppance.
Especially since, many people have been trying to get him into trouble with, people have been trying to get him into jail, trying to get him into court for years. You know what I'm saying?
For literally years, right?
For anything. People have been trying to get him in there, for domestic abuse, for, pedophilia, trying to get his kids taken away from him. They've been trying really hard here.
And it really wasn't easy for them because Greg, for the most part, kept things clean up until now.
He's a smooth talker. He knows how to, charm people at first glance.
Yeah.
So, when he goes and does this, and there's video evidence of it, he deleted it, but you can't get rid of everything on the internet.
It's called the web.
Yeah. People can download it.
People download it, they upload it. It's the web. You can't take everything down from the web. You just can't. Nice try, though.
Yeah. It was a good attempt there, Greg. It was a good attempt to try and save your ass, but...
I've already done a video where I talked about Greg in a SJW bio video. I already talked to him about him. I didn't talk to him. Boy, would I love to lay into him sometimes. But in that video, I basically said he was a dick and an SJW.
I was in that video with you, I believe.
I believe you were. But then, he did this, and I basically, I like my life to be happy. I don't want to be doing videos about one person all the time. That's not the whole point of my channel. But You know what, Pat? What, is this your first time talking about him?
Yeah.
Alright, that's good. Try not to spend the rest of your channel on it, because otherwise he'd do you a favor and give you subscribers.
I'm not that popular, so I don't think he would notice. But, apparently, he got into some legal trouble, and,
About time.
Fuck yeah. And, he, of course, he's like, oh no, I'm not gonna get in trouble for this, so he hired a lawyer, and, basically what was going on is that he was gonna try and, pull the victim card, which didn't work, because, the YouTube, community that, hates him, showed, his lawyer, including, the justice system, actual evidence of him cutting down the tree, tearing down blackberry bushes and all that. And, his lawyer just kind of, his lawyer was actually going to try, but then his lawyer saw those things and just kind of threw up his hands and is like, you're a mess, dude. You actually did these things? And, Greg's like, yeah. So they were gonna go for, they had to go for an appeal.
meaning he's pled guilty for now, but
basically. And Greg, uh, now
3 points of health, and I still managed to get out of there.
yeah, and basically Greg now has to. He has at least 40 days to restore what he messed up of the wetlands behind his house.
Well, let's face it, he's not going to do it because he's $500,000 in debt. He doesn't have money to particularly keep around. You know, he's like one of those tax and spend liberals. He'll have money on hand and spend it unwisely.
Not only that, but it also costs money to hire someone to help him out fix it.
And he can't do it himself. This is like one of those jobs you need, more hands for. So when he did this fucked up, stupid fucking bullshit and screwed up the wildlife and wetlands, he's up a creek now, right?
Yeah.
So now he's kind of having to find out ways of him snaking out of this one.
And if possible, he could go to jail for this.
It would be so nice if he would actually learn a little bit of responsibility through this.
I'm actually surprised because I know Lainey said that she actually, Greg made this about him. But apparently Greg said that, he kind of felt disappointed as a husband because Lainey was trying to girly herself up, for Greg, even though she wanted to be more masculine for him.
It's like one of those things, like, are you seriously pulling this route?
This is about her, not you. Shut up, Greg.
And this legal hot water thing is about you, unfortunately, because like most liberals, they really don't care about the wildlife or the environment. They particularly just care how much they can get out of it.
Yeah, and not only that, but if you're gonna go ahead and do stuff to the environment, go ahead and at least try to go through some legal hoops and hurdles.
Yeah, like every other normal person that should have done this.
For real. But yeah, the Onision's haters finally won this round. He's in trouble. And not only that, but he's $500,000 in tax debt that he has to pay.
Which is so nice, because now he doesn't have enough money to be able to pay back in gratuities for the damages he's done to the wildlife and the land. God dang it, I didn't press a triangle button.
It's funny, because I heard he has an accountant. And it's like, why don't you let your accountant take care of your finances instead of you fucking up your own account, your own finances?
That would be too simple of a solution for Greg.
Yeah, that's true. We all know Greg is anything but simple. He's such an idiot. But anyway, this is probably the first time I ever talk about a YouTuber in this kind of light. I usually try and talk review or, make fun of, books and movies and video games and stuff. But considering what I learned recently, I kind of felt the need to go ahead and talk about this. Especially since we felt like he finally got his own comeuppance.
His just desserts, which he very much deserved.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And, feel free to, go ahead and, share, and comment down below if you want.
Yeah. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to her exhilarating content.
Hey, I'm a fun person, subscribe if you have to, I mean, I've been told that I have original videos, but then again, that was on a video by a guy asking me to support him after he checked out my coming out of the closet video. Of course. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'm just gonna go ahead and end this here. And as always, keep reading, guys. Bye.